Patching cracks in concrete. Understand that I am not a professional at fixing cracks in concrete or in any concrete or masonry field. What I show you here and say pertaining to how to fix cracks in concrete are strictly my unprofessional views and ideas based on ways I have used and ways I have been told. If you follow these steps, I cannot be held responsible for any results you get or any damage to property or injury to people or pets. The best and easiest way I've found to patch cracks in concrete to prevent water seepage through any cracks you may have and leave your repair less noticeable and visible is to use a fairly new product called polymeric sand. Most building supply stores should have this. I bought mine at Lowe's. I found polymeric sand, 35-pound bag, beige or gray. You buy the color to match your concrete. Lowe's price $21.98. One bag will patch a lot of cracks. Before fixing the cracks, you'll need to clean the cracks. The best way I've found to do this is with a pressure washer. If you don't have access to one though, you can do it the old-fashioned way with a wire brush, a broom, and a water hose. Well, maybe some way to remove grass or weeds that may be in your cracks. The pressure washer makes it easier though. You'll need a pump sprayer to wet the sand after you place it in the crack. It's easy to use too much water. The pump sprayer will let you mist the sand, but be sure to keep the pressure pumped up so that you will get the misting effect as opposed to drops or a stream of water. 3 to 4 passes with a sprayer will be just the right amount of water. If it seems to dry too quickly, give it that 4th pass over. I'm replacing my pool liner, but before I can proceed with that, and as you can see here, I have a lot of poolcrete work that has to be done, which is going to cost quite a bit. So before I have that done, I need to patch all cracks in my concrete deck, like you see here, to prevent rainwater seepage behind my new liner, which will, over time, damage my newly repaired poolcrete. I have cracks like this in places all around the pool deck. To apply the polymeric sand, and you can see it looks like sand, you need an applicator. I just drilled a hole in the top of a plastic mustard bottle. You can see it's just a straight through hole. It works great. I'll show you. I'm going to start on this crack. You can see here I've already done one and waiting on it to dry. This is a little bigger crack than the first one though, and they say if the sand just keeps falling into the crack without filling it up, you can partially fill the crack with something else to keep the sand from falling through. You can even use tissue paper. Whatever you use, it just needs to stay in place long enough for you to water the sand so it'll harden. I'm adding sand to the crack, but it's just falling through those, so I'll need to add a filler. Okay, so I'm going to try to fill it with tissue paper and stuff it into the crack with my knife. And that looks like it's gonna work. Okay, so finished filling in this this crack with just tissue paper. Now you can use basically anything, I guess, to do that, and I think the rest of it's okay. I don't think the sand will fall through. In my case, I'm just using plain old bathroom tissue and use my pocket knife to stick it down in there. Now for big holes, this is called Baccarat. You can buy that at any building supply place, and it's spongy, so you can work it into the bigger holes before you fill them in with your sand. Okay, so now with my homemade applicator, I'm putting the sand in the crack, and that's really all you got to do. I was told you would have to use a paintbrush and brush it into the crack, but this seems to be much simpler. Just fix the old French's bottle. Back up a little bit there. bottle works pretty good. And I'm just going to finish putting this in, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so now that we've got the sand in, you just want to take your finger and just kind of make sure you got enough to fill your crack all the way down after you rub over it. I'm going to back up. This is a pretty long crack. Okay, that's good, man.
Good.
Go ahead and show that. Okay, you want to make sure you got plenty of pressure in your sprayer, which will allow you to have a mist and not a stream. We're just going to go over it 3 to 4 times total. I'll come out this way. Had quite a few cracks in this corner. Let me go back over it again. Back up this way. And I'm likely going to go over it at least once. Okay, so I've gone over them 4 times with my pump sprayer, just with a lot of pressure on it so that it would be a fine mist. And now just waiting on that to dry. From this side, the one we just did, to the board, on the other side is another one all the way to where the sidewalk starts. That's becoming less and less visible. I've done all the cracks on the right side of the pool now. It's been about an hour since I finished this side. You have to be right on top of the cracks to even see them now, and I believe they'll be less visible as we get some wear on it. Manufacturers claim this polymeric sand fix typically lasts 10 to 15 years before it needs to be replaced. So, I'll see. If I get 8 or 10 years with it, I'll be happy. Ecstatic, actually. It's relatively easy and a very cheap way to do it. If this video has been a help to you, please hit like and share. Oh, and that subscribe button. God bless.